Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. Alright, folks, buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the NFC West, the 49ers, and the entire landscape of the NFL this season. It's a story that's been bubbling under the surface, but now, it's gaining steam and could explode into one of the biggest trades in recent NFL history. We're talking about a potential blockbuster move involving Tyreek Hill, the electrifying wide receiver from the Miami Dolphins, and how it might land him in San Francisco. Yes, you heard that right. The 49ers, a team that's always been known for their dominant defense, creative scheme, and explosive offense, might be on the brink of adding a game-breaking weapon that could redefine their entire offensive strategy. Now, why is this such a big deal? Well, for starters, it's not just about one player, but about the ripple effect it could have on the entire NFC West. The 49ers, coming off a season where they were so close to another Super Bowl appearance, are facing some challenges on the offensive side of the ball. They've had some struggles in the offseason, especially at the wide receiver position, and those issues seem to have persisted into the current season. John Jennings was expected to step up as the primary WR1, while Brandon Ayuk was out until October. But Week 1 against the Seahawks showed us that he still has a lot to prove. Jennings, who's a fiery player and has shown flashes of potential, couldn't quite deliver in that first game, and things only got worse when George Kittle suffered a hamstring injury. That's right, losing your tight end, one of your key playmakers, early in the season, puts even more pressure on the wide receiver group to step up and deliver. And that's where the idea of Tyreek Hill comes into play. Now, let's be clear, Hill is not just any wide receiver. He's a game changer, a player who can take a short pass and turn it into a touchdown at any moment. Despite being 31 years old, Hill still looks like he's in his prime, and his performance in Miami has been nothing short of spectacular. Even in their recent loss to the Colts, where the Dolphins suffered a blowout 33-8, Hill managed to lead the team with 40 yards and 4 receptions. That shows you how consistent and dangerous he can be, even when the team isn't firing on all cylinders. His ability to work effectively at all 3 levels of the field, short, intermediate, and deep, makes him an invaluable asset in Kyle Shanahan's offensive scheme. Now, let's step back for a moment and look at the bigger picture. Miami's relationship with Hill has been strained lately, especially after their shaky start. The Dolphins' Week 1 loss was a tough pill to swallow, and the frustrations on the sideline were evident. Hill had a meltdown, voicing his displeasure loudly, and it's clear that tensions are running high. Hill himself hinted at dissatisfaction last season, saying he would only stay in Miami if certain changes were made. And while the Dolphins did make some moves this offseason, they traded away Jalen Ramsey, a move that didn't exactly sit well with everyone, especially with Hill's apparent unhappiness. All of this has led to rumors that Hill could be available for a trade before the deadline, which is still a few months away, but the signs are pointing toward a potential breakup. What makes the 49ers a perfect landing spot? Well, for one, they've already shown that they're willing to make bold moves to improve their roster. Trading Deebo Samuel away earlier this offseason was a clear signal that the team is not afraid to shake things up if it means building a championship-caliber squad. While they can't exactly get Samuel back, acquiring a player like Tyreek Hill would be a similar impact move, adding that explosive element that can take your offense from good to unstoppable. Shanahan's offense is all about creating mismatches and exploiting defenses with speed and creative play calling. Hill, with his ability to operate at all 3 levels, would fit perfectly into that puzzle. Imagine the possibilities: Hill lining up in the slot, stretching the field on deep routes, or working underneath to create space for Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle. Speaking of Kittle, his injury adds a layer of urgency to this potential acquisition. Having a reliable, dynamic receiver like Hill would help offset the loss of Kittle, and keep the offense balanced and dangerous. Plus, Hill's experience and proven track record make him a perfect fit for Shanahan's scheme, which emphasizes timing, precision, and versatility. Hill's speed and route-running ability would open up a whole new dimension for the 49ers offense, forcing defenses to stay honest and creating more opportunities for their other playmakers. Now, you might be wondering, is this really feasible? Well, the NFL is known for its surprises, and with the trade deadline approaching, teams are always looking to maximize their rosters. The Dolphins, facing internal frustrations and a team that's not living up to expectations, might be more open to moving Hill if the right deal comes along. And for the 49ers, with their cap space, draft capital, and a clear need at wide receiver, a trade could make sense. It's a win-win scenario. Miami gets a fresh start if they decide to move on, and San Francisco adds a true weapon that could elevate their offense to another level. Let's also talk about the impact on division rivals. The NFC West has always been a competitive division, with the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals fighting hard each year. But if the 49ers manage to add someone like Hill, it could tilt the balance of power significantly. It would send a message to the rest of the league that San Francisco is not just content with a strong defense and a solid running game. They're serious about maximizing their offensive potential. That kind of move could make them instant Super Bowl contenders once again, especially considering how Shanahan's scheme is tailored to get the most out of explosive playmakers. And of course, we can't ignore the broader NFL implications. Hill's presence in San Francisco would be a huge story, and it would likely trigger a domino effect of other trades and roster moves. Teams would take notice, adjusting their strategies to counter the new offensive threat. For the 49ers, it's about staying ahead of the curve and making that bold move to secure their place at the top of the NFC hierarchy. In the end, all signs point to a fascinating storyline unfolding before our eyes. The possibility of Tyeek Hill in a 49ers uniform is no longer just a rumor. It's a real option, one that could reshape not only the NFC West, but the entire NFL landscape. The team is hungry, the offense needs a spark, and the potential fit couldn't be better. Shanahan's system, combined with Hill's speed and playmaking ability, could be the perfect storm for a deep playoff run. But of course, time will tell whether this trade materializes or remains just a tantalizing rumor for now. Either way, it's a storyline that every 49ers fan should be watching closely. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, 49ers fans? Is this the move that takes your team over the top? Would you welcome Tyeek Hill with open arms if the deal goes through? Or do you think there are other priorities that need more attention? I want to hear your thoughts, your predictions, your hot takes. Drop your comments below and let's get a conversation going. This kind of move could define the season, and I want to know if you believe it's the spark that the 49ers need to finally bring home another Super Bowl. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and insider info, so stay tuned and keep that passion alive. The NFL season is just heating up, and with stories like this, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Thanks for watching, and as always, go 49ers.